Hello guys, welcome to Let's Play with Royal Fino, and I'm here playing Orcs Must Die Unchained. And I'm going to teach you the basics of playing this game, so you can be an efficient and helpful teammate. So I'm just in a kind of a bot game with two bots and another player on the other team. So this is a small game. This is smaller than what you normally do, but it's slow paced so I can explain everything and show you guys the basics without too much resistance from the other team. So when you start, the first thing you usually do is you figure out your plan from your team to upgrade either the yellow war camp or the orange war camp. Yellow's not open yet. Orange is, and we can upgrade it, which is what we'll do for this game. And then you press your war camp card, and then just press accept, or your minion card, I should say, and your minion is in. If you say you have a 5-person team, you can select before you press accept. You can select which minion card or which minion card slot you want to place your minions in. So this is the order in which the minions come out of the gate in. So it goes from left to right. So these minions come out first, then these guys, then these guys, then these guys, then these guys. So normally you'd want to put the fast things back here so they show up right when the slow things make it to the door. But yeah, that's something you don't really have to know right away. So yeah, and then the next thing you gotta do is, or at least you should do, or at least eventually, or very soon, is place your traps. Now I'm gonna place a trap right there, a little tar so they can slow down before they get in here. And yeah, I'm Ivy, which is normally an offensive character, but I'm gonna show you a lot of defensive things first before I go on offense. And also, offense is not essentially that important for a game like this right at first, but certainly there's many strategies that involve offense going really quick. Alright, so we just cleared that wave there. Okay, so one thing you should know is kill box creation is really important, and you want to kill everything in the same place, because if you have all your traps in all different places in the map, they're not going to help each other out. Traps are built to kind of work off each other, so if you put them all in different places, it's not really going to work, and you want them all in the same place. And another thing you should know is the enemy team accumulates leadership by going through a gate. This gate does not count. Their first gate does count when they exit through there. Damn Lizzie bot. But after this gate, they get leadership going through every gate after this. So this gate, and then the gate all the way at the end of this hallway on the minimap. So they get leadership anytime they go through that gate. So you want to stop them from doing that. These first few waves are tough with only 2 people, especially an Ivy who's not meant for defense. Okay, so trap placement is the next thing I want to talk about. Just try to clear this wave here. Okay, so right here, always make sure that you're taking advantage of the space that you have. So, you want this arrow wall as far to the right as possible. Some people put it here, and that wastes space, because then when you put another one here, then another one here, it's all the way up against this wall, and usually most of the orcs don't hit this wall. So thus, this arrow wall won't be hitting everybody. So this way, if you put one here, and then put one here, then put one here, this gets the most amount of orcs, and it's more than likely they're going to hit those traps. And same thing with these walls too. You want to put this arrow wall to the furthest left, because a lot of the minions come through like about right here and right here. Not many come through right here. So having an arrow wall pressed up against this wall really isn't helpful. It still helps, but not as much as just doing it this way, because then you can put one here, put one here, put one here, and actually on this wall you could fit all 4. But you definitely don't want to put one here first. So One moment, I need to clear this wave. Whew. This game's really intense. Even in some of the early levels, it's pretty intense. It's really hard to even talk to teammates and stuff like that because there's a lot of stuff going on. And if you don't have a coordinated team, it's kind of difficult. All right, so usually I put my first arrow wall right here because it lines right up with the tar I put down, and it's more than likely going to hit, or at least going to be able to hit every minion that comes through this gate because they all got to pass through right here. There's no stopping. I mean, there's no avoiding this this arrow wall. So I have a leadership I need to put in this gate. So you all always keep an eye on your leadership because you need to be able to get those war camps upgraded as fast as possible. Right now, I don't have enough to add a minion card to this. Unfortunately, I don't have a free minion card for this level yet. So all I got is these two cards that each cost 500 leadership. So I cannot upgrade my minion card just yet. But you always want to make sure the war camps are upgraded and you're using all the leadership on them, unless you have glyphs, which that's kind of a later in the game thing. Once you start learning the game a little bit, you don't really get those. So you want to make sure you all your leadership's in the war camps, because that's where it belongs. All right, so now I can upgrade my minion card, so I'm going to go and do that. Hopefully the trap setup will get rid of most of those orcs and minions. So I'm going to play that card, and I'm going to go back to defense. Now, at some point, I'll start pushing, but right now it's one-person push isn't really going to do much. Especially considering when you push, you want to kind of kill the Guardian. And I really can't do that right now with what I got. So we want to kind of buy our time here. And but usually it wouldn't be a bad time to push if you have a 5-person team. But right now, I'm just really showing the kind of the basics of the trap placement in these kill boxes. So as far as like the leadership thing earlier, when the minions go through the gates and they gain leadership, because of that, you want to kill the minions before this gate. Thus, in my opinion, now I'm sure there's some expert players that disagree, or at least I think there is. I don't know of any particularly, but in my opinion, you want all your traps in this room, and you want them all aiming at some of the same places. You don't want some traps here and some traps here, unless you're full. If you're full of traps, then it's okay, but you want all your traps relatively in the same spot. So like right here, I'm going to put a Scorched Ground right there, and that should help immensely because that's a powerful trap. And this skill box are starting to come together, but it's not much. It would certainly be better if we had more people. Certainly right now the game isn't scaled to work as a faster game with less people, so the money and resources and stuff like that really aren't scaled so that we get to spend more money on stuff like you would in OMD 1 or OMD 2, I should say, if you're playing single player. Where if you're playing a single player in OMD 2, you get all the coin and stuff like that instead of it splitting. Here it splits anyways, even if you don't have any players in your team. But that could change in the future. Alright, so right now I'm saving up for maybe another arrow trap or something like that. Maybe, yeah, probably another fire arrow wall will be good. Kind of works with the ice arrow walls that that the sorceress put down there, Lizzie bought. Right now it looks like my human opponent is just simply going to play defense, which is okay. Just in these small games and stuff like that, it's good to play defense until you really have some big stuff following you, so that you can actually start a sizable push. But people have different opinions on that. So, like, a lot of players love to go offense right away, and it sometimes works. Actually, it usually works as long as you're good at it. If you're not good at it and you just get trashed by like a full defense, for instance, it won't work to your advantage. But if you know what you're doing and you know when to pick your battles, you can do pretty well in offense really early on. But I'm choosing to go defense, mostly because I want to teach you guys essentially the trap placement, because that's all very important. Alright, so they have frost arrow walls there, so I'm going to put another fire arrow wall. Actually, probably better right here for now. It really doesn't matter whether I put it here or there. It's going to hit him most likely no matter what. But usually I put an arrow wall here if at any time really late, if not at all. Because to me, like right here, how many things are going to be hit by this? Like usually I wouldn't even put a trap like this here. Just because it's like it's not guaranteed it'll hit everything. Like easily some of the minions and some of the heroes and such will go just right around this corner. They just play it nice and tight. Just a minion going around in this area just is not likely. So usually I never even put an arrow trap there, or any kind of trap, period. And even right here, to a certain extent, I try to avoid. But this is certainly better, because usually the minions that do curve around do eventually come through at least this area. So at least this is kind of useful, whereas an arrow trap right there, I don't think is useful. Of course, there could be people that disagree with me. It's all a matter of opinion, I guess. Okay, so I have a bunch of leadership, so I should put that into the war camp. It's not essentially essential right now, because there's so much leadership that we need to get into this war camp before we can do anything with it. But I could put a glyph down, but I'm not going to right now. I'll show you guys what glyphs are later if you haven't seen them. But yeah, this tutorial is essentially for people that have that know the basics of the game and that just want to get more efficient and better, and kind of just be a better teammate. So I have money for another arrow trap, so I'm gonna put one there. And yeah, this is pretty much a decent kill box now, because you got all the fire, you got all the ice, and that should take care of different types of minions. And just the combination of that will give you some combos, and will just it'll just be really efficient as far as killing off minion waves. Normally you'd want more tar, but unfortunately all I have is 2 of these viscous tars. But normally you'd want a little bit more tar than I've got, and LizzieBot kind of took up all the room with spike traps, which I'm not a fan of spike traps. They're cheap for a reason, because they're a cheap trap. They're just, to me, they're not really useful as far as working with other traps well, and they're a good cheap trap, and it's something you can get down in hordes. But I prefer like a really expensive trap like the Cursed Ground, and just saving up for that kind of stuff. And tar, tar to me is the cheap trap that is really useful, because it keeps your minions in traps, allowing time for all your traps to reset. Now, see, that was an easy defense there. I'm not even sure if LizzieBot even helped out there, because this kill box is pretty good. It's not going to take care of level 3 waves or anything, but it'll take care of the level 2s. And it'll get better as we upgrade it and add some more stuff to it. So I should have enough leadership in a second. Usually, like every 10 seconds or so, you get 50 leadership. Alright. So that's another 1,000 to go there. 3K left on that orange to get the 3. And depending on what LizzieBot does, the bots are a little bit weird. They'll sometimes put leadership in before you, or sometimes they won't. I'm not sure. I kind of lost track of how the bots work now. But I'm going to want to try to open yellow next. Really, in a lot of games, especially the 5-on-5 games, you're going to want to open yellow as early as possible. But getting orange to 3 is not a bad idea before you get to yellow. It's really just a matter of opinion, and sometimes just whatever you feel like's the best to do at the time, depending on how well they're defending the orange lane. So yeah. Usually I'd put another Cursed Ground here, and I think I will. Yeah, why not? Continue to focus on this lane. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's working really well. Barely had to kill anything. Whew. Alright. So 2K more in orange. Like I said, the 2v2 game's really slow. But it allows me much more time to talk and explain things. Again, with this trap right here, I think this Cursed Ground's a waste. I think it should have gone here, or maybe here, or here, or here. I wouldn't put it right here. I wouldn't put anything along this wall, at least until you already fill up this room. And since there's so much room in here for all different kinds of things, really, if this wasn't a bot, they should have put some stuff a little bit over here, in my opinion. I just don't think that's going to hit as much stuff as this will. See, this more than likely will hit almost everything that comes through. Some will walk over here, some will walk over here, but I think most, especially the big stuff, will at least step on this with 1 foot or so, and they'll get hit by it. So that's why I put that cursed ground there, because that has the maximum value for my money. Alright, I have 1k leadership, but I'll wait till after this wave, because it's not necessarily imperative that I open that gate just yet. So here comes more light orcs. A lot of light orcs come through when you have just 2 or 3 players, because light orcs come through almost by default from the war camps. So we will be getting those even in level 4 and stuff like that, just because that's what they have for the players that aren't in the game. So yeah, so now it's time to upgrade orange. So I go over here and upgrade orange. Usually this whole process is a lot faster, so you really got to pay attention to your war camps and make sure that I wish I had a mouse to show you, but in the bottom left there, you want to make sure the number of your card matches the number of the war camp above it. So you always want to make sure those match up. Alright, so I have another cursed ground. This is a Glory Seeker. A Glory Seeker is just a ballista that will just shoot at players. And that's not really useful now, because they're not really pushing. So I want something that'll kill the high-level minions. So I guess this will probably be best. Put this cursed ground right here. The big stuff will kind of wobble around through here and come through right the middle here. So I kind of try to put things along that path, so to speak. You'll learn just how the different orcs walk through each kill box as time goes on, as you watch, as you play defense more. So, alright, so I'm going to put an actual level 3 card into here, because the level 3 card I put in was a free one, and it's not going to really do me much good. So I'm going to put in bears, just because we need something really heavy. And they will do the trick. And I'm going to start pushing. But first, more than likely I'll have... Maybe I'll be able to get some more money, I'm not sure. Hoping I can get 1,000 here so I can put an arrow wall of some sort. It doesn't look like that's happening. Well, it looks like at least they're fighting the Guardian there, so hopefully he'll be down in health by the time I get over there and start fighting him. I need 10k, come on. It's really, really frustrating when you have so close to what you need for another trap. Come on. Alright, well, you get coin and leadership when your war camps open up and your minions spawn, so should get it in one moment. And I'm going to put the frost arrow wall right here, right up flush against this wall right here. And that will combo with that fire arrow wall really well. And especially if they happen to send ogres or something. Ogres are get hurt by frost arrow walls pretty well, or anything frost in that case. So, all right, so I'm going to disable traps with my right click because I'm Ivy, and that's what Ivy does. And wow, their setup here is pretty weak. And I have an idea why that might be, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm really destroying this Lizzybot here. That Lizzybot had to bail. Oh wow, this Guardian's low. They really haven't done a good job at protecting the Guardian. And this Guardian's going to die pretty quickly. And I'm going to get a bunch of leadership for that. Wow, look at all that leadership I got. 3.8 thousand. And Quick Step just got nailed. Wow. Alright. Oh, come on, Lizzybot, die. There we go. Alright, so I just took out their whole team. Alright, so I'm not even sure if Quick Step put traps. And they disconnected. As you can see, the disconnect symbol on them. So it looks like I'll be pretty much defense free for a while, and this will pretty much be an easy game. But it's okay, because I'm just kind of showing you guys the basics. So you want to kill Guardians, because Guardians give you a lot of resources. Particularly leadership. I think they give you coin too, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it's just leadership now. Oh, Lizzie is back. She's pissed. She's like, what the hell are you doing to my team? What my fortress? Yeah, this Guardian's going down quick. I'm gonna... Oh, nice! Is that Lizzie Bot? Yeah, Lizzie Bot did that. Wow. Alright, yeah, I'm healing this bear so that they would have more time to kill this Guardian. Alright, yeah, double team this guy. Yeah, they both have good health, so yeah, this Guardian's going down. Alright, so the bears just walk right in. And I'm gonna get away from this Lizzie Bot. Alright, I'm gonna go back and play some more traps to show you guys more kill box mechanics. I'm going to let these guys just free reign in there. I'm going to put a healing glyph right here, so if they lose any health by going through this kill box, they'll be healed up. So let's go over here, and actually let's almost upgrade that. Jeez, I might win before I can even show you guys everything. Whatever. Alright, so probably a scorched ground right here would be pretty good. It's not the best place for it, but it's pretty good. Oh, that's actually okay. That's an okay place for that scorched ground. So yeah, this is a nice kill box now. Now let's watch. Now, unfortunately, they only have level 2 stuff, so I'm hoping they upgrade that so I can show you how this kill box will work. But this will be pretty good. This is not really a great kill box. It doesn't have that much variety, but it's going to be pretty good with all that cursed ground there. They're not going to be able to get by that. At least on not a level 2 wave. So if you have more teammates and stuff, you'll be able to put arrow walls up here. But a lot of people put arrow walls up there really quickly, and I think that's a bad idea because I think the stuff down here will hit much easier than stuff up here. Up here is kind of supplemental stuff that you put once you have all this filled out. Like, for instance, you can put one right here. And always make sure this is flush with this corner here. Same thing with this one. Make sure this is flush with this wall. Though, actually, as long as you don't put one right here. You want to put one right here so you can fit 2 traps right here. You want to always maximize your trap space as much as possible. Putting an arrow wall right here, to me, would be a waste. And definitely don't put arrow walls up here. Also, I don't have any pounders currently, but never put pounders on the ceiling up there. You can put these glory seekers and stuff like that up at the ceiling, because they'll target down. But, yeah, so that's the basics of trap placement, at least for this lane. I wish I can show you more, but it looks like that other guy quit, and for all I know, this blue dot that's on the screen up there at the top of the mini-map might even get in. Oh, actually it didn't. But, yeah, we're going to win pretty soon, because we have a pretty good kill box, and they don't. But yeah, I'm going to show you basic trap placement over here before I win. So with this one, you want to make sure the arrow walls are flush with this wall. So you can put one here and one here. A lot of people make a mistake and put one here, so thus you have this flush with this wall, which half of this doesn't even hit anything, because none of the orcs like just walk across this wall right here. So you want this right here instead, so you have all this right there. And same thing with this wall. This wall, you want everything to the right here. You can't place it to the right here for some reason, but that's okay. Just make sure it's placed right here, and then another one right here, but not right here. So make sure this is like this and like this, and that should do you well. And on the floor here, you can do different things. But I like to put this viscous tar right here, so they slow right into whatever traps I have right here, and that should work well for you. So yeah, that's it, and looks like we'll win in a moment. Maybe not. That Lizzie might be able to hold this wave, and let's see if I can show you some more stuff here. I guess we'll open this war camp now. Actually, I'm gonna upgrade my minions. Actually, I don't know if I can. Guess I'll go into Weavers. Get some triple leadership. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to win in a moment anyways. Whew. So much to so much to teach, which is why it's hard to teach players while they're playing the game, and while you're playing the game especially, because there's so much going on. There's so much little things you gotta learn. There's so much little stuff that, like, there's the basics and there's the stuff that you should know that they don't tell you. There's so much stuff they don't tell you right now. This game is still in alpha. It's going to be in beta in a few days. So there's so much stuff that they really haven't communicated to all the players yet. And they will. The tutorial will get better, and there's going to be some more stuff to help teach players on the fly. But as of right now, there really isn't much to tell you everything. So you kind of got to learn from the players and people that have learned it themselves. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. Don't forget to like and comment as well. And I'll be back with more Orcs Must Die Unchained. Orcs Must Die Unchained. Goodbye.